Okay, you guys, it is time. Our guest today is voiceover royalty. He has over 250 different animated voices to his credit, like Yakko and Dr. Scratch and Sniff on Animaniacs, Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. He has multiple Daytime Emmys, multiple Annie Awards. He has a weekly podcast. He is a public speaker, and he's just an all-around awesome guy. We are so honored to have on VO Buzz Weekly today the amazing Rob Paulsen.
Rob Paulsen.
Hello.
Welcome to VO Buzz
Nice
Weekly,
to see you. Hello, sweetie.
Thank you for
So
being
good
here.
to have you.
My pleasure,
Wow.
you guys. Thank you.
What an awesome
please.
guy.
Come on, I can't say enough.
just
I
tell
can't.
them-
Rob's here, man.
I
Wait,
know.
we're not worthy.
Yeah, no genuflecting allowed. No, you guys. Come on.
How you doing? Listen, I want to thank you first of all for taking time out of your busy schedule and
My
coming down
pleasure.
here and
Not at
sharing
all.
with us. Because I mean, we always talk to the viewers and we tell them we bring people on the show not just for them to go talk about what they do and what
Right.
they have done, but also to share with them and maybe help them. Maybe
Yeah,
give them a little nugget
absolutely, yeah.
that's going to help them get to where they want to go, maybe where you're at or close to where you're at.
Right.
And we really, really appreciate you coming down here and sharing with all of us.
Pleasure. I came because she's really pretty.
She is, you know what? Let's
Stacey
just
is
say it
And
hot-
I gave him
Say it like it is,
$20.
she's hot.
She is hotter than Georgia asphalt. I'm telling
He
you.
said asphalt.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. No,
Still
it's
rated
honest.
G. We're still rated G.
My pleasure. Really, truly, it's such a pleasure. I saw the one with our brother Jess, and I just
good.
went, "This is very cool."
Nice.
So you guys, and as I told people, you're right. I do a podcast pretty much weekly, and today I said I'm sorry, but I wasn't able to do my podcast this week due to scheduling conflicts. But I'm going to be doing Voiceover Buzz Weekly, and I got all these responses on Facebook and Twitter about we love that, we love. So you guys have really created quite a buzz. No pun
Whoa,
intended.
hey,
very quickly.
good,
Congratulations.
man. We're glad to hear that. That
Thank
makes
you.
us.
We appreciate the support.
Yeah.
No, it's
Makes us
terrific.
happy. We must be doing something right.
Well, and you also people get a chance to see what we look like. You know,
I know.
mean,
That's our
when you
goal,
see-
to
that's
put
the
the
coolest
face
thing.
behind the voice. That's
That's
our
very
goal.
sweet. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. I appreciate that. I mean, you and I share a parole officer, but other than that, I never get my picture anywhere except on a post office.
right?
You know?
Let's
Yeah.
not. They're not.
By the way, did you know that I actually have your old ankle bracelet that you got from Tommy Lee, who
still
got it from
have
eBay?
that?
Yeah. I mean, we both went to the same rehab facility.
Wow.
Joke.
Steven Tyler had to have been in there somewhere.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Well, he's a rock and roller.
Nice.
You know, you got to have a rehab rock and roller joke, but none of
That's
that
right,
stuff
that's
happens.
right.
in
Hey,
real life.
man, rock and roll rules. Is there a method that you use? I mean, obviously you've voiced all these cartoons, and is there a method you use to create new voices? Is there a little trick that you use?
Well,
or?
that's a great question, honestly. I don't know if there's a particular method. Like most of us, I'm a big sponge, you know, and so it's really, I think you'll find that most actors agree with me that it's easier to grab a hold of a real obvious voice, like that one. I mean, that's, you know, everybody does their version of Pat Buttram, and I got great stories about him too. I mean, he's taking a dirt nap, so he don't make no difference if I'm stealing his voice. But that's an easy one, cause it's so different.
Right.
But and you know, everybody does their version of Christopher
Walken,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Walken,
Yeah.
right? You know, Jess does it. The best is Jeff Bennett. So a lot of times I'll find something that is either a dialect or a voice like that, and you can really get your brain around it, and then you can add stuff to it. And we all talk. Even Mel Blanc, I saw something from 25 years ago when he was on Letterman, talking about Daffy and Sylvester being very similar.
But you know, you get one voice like Yakko, and you start talking. It makes you guys do that.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? I just love that. And you guys are smiling too. These liquored up kids behind the camera, all smiling. It's
The
so
whole
cute.
crew's going crazy.
Yeah, it's
Don't
just great.
even. Yeah, we got to deal with that later.
And but you do that, and then and all of a sudden, if you add some gravel to it, then you got something else. But it's the same placement. It's just something different.
Yeah.
And then if your voice starts cracking, then all of a sudden you have a different one, you know. And then if you add a dialect to it, now you got the same helium placement with Pat Buttram, only higher. But you can also do it with the accent. So now you have this cracking and accent, and now you sound like crazy sort of Eastern European knucklehead, but you still have the same placement right here where you started with Yakko.
But you got 3 or 4 voices all the time. So, and you know, you could do it like this, or I did a character years ago in a great show, which never got the credit it deserved, called Time Squad. It was on from Cartoon Network, and the 3 main characters were played by Mark Hamill,
First of all, I just got to say that was very
I
impressive.
know.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
That's
That was really
Yeah.
cool.
I'm liquored up too. No.
Yeah. I'm
Drink
sure
up,
he is.
Shriners.
Yeah, you know,
There
I
is
called him
water
earlier.
in
Hey,
all
Rob,
That's
where
right.
are you? Oh,
I
across
know
the
it's a
street at the
family
bar having
show,
some
but
shots.
hell,
We put water in it, but you may have added
That's
something.
right. Drunks have families too. I mean, it's a family show, and I can't do it without my fez on, as Donald Fagen would say.
But it was a show called Time Squad, and the three lead actors were Mark Hamill, Pammy Siegel, and myself, which was in it just crazy fun to begin with. But I played a character that I would, and this is another thing, I would never be considered on camera for the characters I get to play with my voice. Never.
Yes.
Ever.
Never, not in a million
No,
years.
You don't look like that.
Yeah, and so what's great is it's all of us, the same thing. You know, Nancy's
Right.
been doing Bart
She's never
Simpson
gonna be a 10-year-old
yeah,
boy.
never. And so she's great at that. But I did this character called Buck Tudrussell.
Buck Tudrussell talk like this, big old policeman, you know.
And
I can do this all day. They ain't gonna tear nothing up, but I can talk like this all day.
for actors,
Not like this, like this. There's a difference. You
Yes.
do them things like that.
You got to commit to
Right.
that.
That's what them she actors call organic. But you make them choices like that.
but what they did is they were able to treat my voice with some sort of mechanical electronic gizmo.
Yeah.
And you know, in the show, he's like a 9-foot tall, like a RoboCop guy.
I talk like this all day.
And it worked great.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter to them that they said, you know, it just doesn't have quite a big enough bottom end, but Rob's giving the performance we like, we'll just tweak it.
We can
Yeah.
fix it, yeah.
So, and the same thing with Carl Weezer. I did him on Jimmy Neutron forever, and I could never be, you know, hired to do that guy. Not that I'd want to, because then chicks wouldn't dig me.
Aw.
Well, chicks might, but
The
they would be
underdog
baby
wins
chickens.
some.
Which is
Yeah, exactly.
really
It would be
spooky.
animals.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey,
Animals
you know,
would dig him.
whatever gets you through the night. I remember a Beatle said that.
I
So-
mean, you have such a long career that is going strong. I mean, how do you, obviously, the examples you've given are amazing, but like, how do you keep that creative well full?